Brilliant. Yeah, I'd like to introduce myself, as I was out the room, I think, when I got mentioned before. So yeah, my name is Peter Davies. I'm one of the original founders of Green Running. We consider ourselves to be experts in the world of high-speed energy analytics and machine learning and electricity monitoring at those rates as well. We're very much on a mission to reduce people's energy consumption and put an end to fuel poverty here in the UK. And the main reason main way we're going about doing that is basically turning people's data into a tangible asset. So usually at this point in a presentation, I would kind of go into what NILM is and explain about the company, but it's a privilege to not kind of have to go through the technical detail at this point. So I thought, actually, okay, why not go the opportunity, like how do we get into this? What's been the company progression? Because we've actually been playing around this space now since 2007 as well. And I think one of the key interesting things was our very first footstep into this arena was a restaurant actually over in East Anglia asked us to come in and do some energy consulting for them to see how they could save money. And at the time we were working for a test and measurement company who specialized in like Formula One, aerospace, big physics. So we took a standard data acquisition card and put it on their mains power line. So we're sampling at a kind of 1,000 times a second, seeing their data at a point where I think the industry, one data point every 30 minutes was like the best thing since sliced bread. So we were kind of seeing all this data in a whole different level of resolution. And that's kind of where we stumbled upon the fact that all the people in the kitchen were, I could see the appliances as they were turning on, et cetera, et cetera. Then we searched it, saw that obviously George Hart had played around this area before. So we kind of went dashing off into the commercial sector, specializing in kind of three-phase, sampling 1,000 times a second, doing disaggregation on second-by-second data. Problem I had with this was we were kind of turning into energy consultants. And I really didn't like the fact that every time we were in a new commercial building, I had absolutely no idea what was in this place. So trying to automate the whole procedure, I was kind of struggling with. So after a few years battling around with that, and obviously the financial crisis being fun and games, we ended up winning a big project with Scottish Power Networks and Scottish and Southern Energy. And this was basically doing disaggregation on substations. So we were now sampling at 10 megahertz on a substation and disaggregating all their green energy tech every time appliances turned on and mapping that against power quality. So we've gone from doing second by second disaggregation to very high speed, all singing, all dancing with a PXI chassis set on there. And the key thing, again, we learned from that was our accuracy definitely increased. But the problem was, I was able to say, okay, your voltage flickers with appliance J, but I had no idea what appliance J was. And not only that, I didn't even know what building it was in. So, but the benefit was we partnered with Scottish Power and really the relationship got on very well. And they then funded us to develop the domestic technology that we were kind of always wanting to adhere to. So we were then, okay, let's specialize in very high speed data, but in the domestic setup. And so that's the kind of journey we've been on for the last 2-3 years. We've been endorsed by the Department of Energy and Climate Change for some of the work we did on refrigerator wear and tear. I suppose, like, I always look at the landscape of this industry being kind of very two-based. You have everyone trying to deal with disaggregation on smart meter data. So it's kind of second by second and slower, which is almost a different set of algorithms and different set of problems. I think you find the people working in the kind of high speed space. And the problem all the guys in the high speed space have is that we all need our own box. So you've almost got a complete split of the two companies that are involved, which you probably noticed in this room and generally. So we're also probably at the extreme as to the data sampling team. We sample at 1 million times a second. And that's basically due to the previous experiences we've had on substation level and in the commercial. I'm very much one of those people, I want all the data I can get hold of because it's going to give me the best disaggregation results, in our opinion. So yeah, I thought we'd talk about a few of the features. Obviously, one of the things I love about this conference is you are presenting to all your competitors about all the features that you have in your product. So we'll skip through. I think one of our key criteria that differentiates ourselves quite well is we're all about instantaneous data feedback. So if you turn on the kettle, you instantaneously see the amount of power that's used, and you can see the difference between that and, say, the toaster. And we can do all that in real time. And the cool thing we have on a lot of our algorithms is we aim to have the result and feedback back to the customer within 3 seconds. As soon as they turn on the kettle, it lights up that they've turned on the kettle. As soon as they turn on the toaster, lights up the toaster. So they now get this cause and effect and awareness of exactly how much their consumption is using them, and not when they get the bill back, but right there and then, so they can do something about it. So we can show in real time the appliances which are on, which you can see in green, and the appliances which are off, which you see in blue. But we can also do this kind of extended level, which is the appliance maintenance. So you see, if you look at the fridges in red, and basically that shows that the fridge itself is not working to the level that you would expect from that fridge. It's using more power, so it's this kind of appliance maintenance level. And what we can do is also show them, if they were to replace that fridge with the exact same fridge, what their return on investment would be to actually get it mended. And we can even go another level on top of that and recommend that actually, say the likes of John Lewis have got their discount available on this fridge. So now if you went and bought that right now, it would be a 200 or 50-day return on investment. So again, it's that kind of real-time aspect that we've really been focused on as a company. So yeah, one of the key areas is getting data. So there's not a huge amount of data in the public domain. So we've spent the last 9 years gathering our high-speed data sets from various commercial, industrial, and domestic players. And we've done that through the partnerships we've had with the energy companies. So Scottish Energy Networks, we're kind of one of our big advocates. We've picked up investment from British Gas, and we've been working with them. We've put several innovative proposals with EDF on projects for themselves. I think a key myth that's come up quite a bit is that the tech itself is going to be really expensive. We're looking kind of £30 to actually release this as an actual physical product. And we've been retailing these already at kind of $250 mark. And the kind of product itself with the embedded engineering and embedded PCs, the first system we ever built was about £3 grand, but now you're down to kind of £20, £10. So it's definitely all coming down. I suppose the other key feature to say on there is we've had over 1,000 unit sales. We've not actually physically launched yet. So again, there's this kind of market demand for it. So bit of background, like we were finalists in the Energy Awards, finalists in the Energy Innovation Awards for Best Smart Grid Innovation. Cool tech we were invested in by Centrica, so owners of British Gas. We work very closely with UCL on machine learning and and University of Bath on the electrical engineering tech. Slight overview on the company. James Cameron's our chairman, ex-Climate Change Capital, used to advise David Cameron on government policy here in the UK. Claire Miles just got a promotion, but was the managing director of Home Care, so it's British Gas again. And the rest of us are very tech background. So like I said, I'm from a kind of Formula One background. If anyone's come across LabVIEW, our sister company is a higher certified LabVIEW consultancy in the UK. But we're very much now a machine learning team and data acquisition and signal processing team. So there's 15 of us, of which 6 of them are full-time machine learning. And a little pitch for any academics looking to get into industry, we are very much recruiting. Again, just trying to show the journey the company came. Very hard work back prior to 2013. We've got most of our patents, etc. in. And then we're kind of kicked off the back of this Scottish Power project, working on the substation, and then moving very much into the domestic market. And the reason I put this in is we're in the process of closing an investment round. So if anyone, again, is in the room interested in that, please come and speak to me. And I think this is kind of a key differentiator as well for ourselves. It's that progression where 3-4 years ago, we were all about, we're going to save you 10% on your electricity bill. And actually, that's not our kind of priority as much. That's kind of our byproduct. And actually, our key things these days are predictive maintenance. So that's working out your fridge, for example, is starting to wear. Power quality and usage. So we're doing a lot of work with kind of demand response information and real-time energy trading. Lifestyle, so this is key features like being able to tell your elderly relative hasn't got up today, she hasn't used a kettle, hasn't used a toaster electric shower, so you can text them and say, okay, go check on this person. And then appliance information. So again, if you've walked out the door having left your hair straighteners on, we can show you that your hair straighteners, and it will ping you a text message. So very much consumer focus on making their life more kind of entertaining and structured, really. And I suppose just want to finish on, we've got a demo outside, and it kind of really does show the benefits of real-time high-speed energy disaggregation. So we've got 3 appliances there. Do your best to try and trip up the system, but 2 resistive loads and a tricky system, which is a hair straightener. So be my guest. Yeah, pleasure. Thank you.